You know that feeling. That quiet, private moment when you catch your own reflection, maybe in a darkened phone screen or a shop window, and the first thing you see isn't your face, but your flaw. It could be a scar you've had since childhood. It could be the memory of a mistake you made last week, a word you wish you could take back, a failure that still stings. In that instant, there's a flicker of shame, a subtle tightening in your chest, and the immediate unconscious reaction is to fix it, to cover it up, to turn away, to present a different version of yourself to the world, one that is smooth, seamless, and unbroken. We spend so much of our energy managing this performance. We curate our lives online, showing only the polished highlights. In conversation, we steer away from topics that expose our vulnerabilities. We build these intricate facades, hoping no one will see the cracks in the foundation. We carry this deep-seated belief, taught to us in 1,000 different ways, that to be loved, to be worthy, to be whole, we must first appear perfect. The narrative is always about fixing, erasing, and overcoming the broken parts of ourselves as if they are errors in a script that need to be deleted. We treat our past pains like stains on a shirt, desperately trying to scrub them out before anyone notices. But here's where we've misunderstood the very architecture of reality. What if this entire premise is wrong? What if wholeness isn't the absence of brokenness? What if, instead, true wholeness is the courageous act of including it, of embracing it, of holding all of your pieces at once? Think about this. We are told to heal so we can be whole again, but that implies that in our brokenness, we are somehow less. It suggests that the goal is to return to a previous pristine state, to go back to who we were before the fall, before the heartbreak, before the loss. But you can never truly go back. Life doesn't move in reverse. The very nature of existence is forward momentum, change, and evolution. So what if the point isn't to erase the break, but to integrate it? There's an ancient Japanese art form called Kintsugi. When a cherished piece of pottery, like a bowl or a cup, breaks, it isn't thrown away. That would be seen as a waste of its history, a denial of its journey. Instead, the pieces are carefully reassembled, and the cracks are filled with a lacquer mixed with powdered gold, silver, or platinum. The result is breathtaking. The lines of breakage, once a symbol of damage, are now the main feature. They glow. The gold doesn't hide the cracks, it illuminates them. It draws the eye and says, "Look, here is where it broke. Here is where it was put back together. This is its story." The bowl is not just repaired, it is transformed. It is considered more beautiful, more precious, and more resilient for having been broken. The scars are what give it its new, profound value. Now think of yourself as that bowl. Think of the moments that shattered you, the painful breakup, the job you lost, the trust that was betrayed, the period of profound loneliness or confusion. We look at these events as the moments we broke. We see the resulting cracks in our hearts, in our confidence, as things to be ashamed of, things to be hidden away. We try to glue ourselves back together with invisible adhesive, pretending the breaks never happened. We want to look untouched, untested. But the way everything works, the true pattern of growth, is much closer to Kintsugi. Those cracks are the story of your life etched into your very being. They are proof that you have lived, that you have faced pressure and survived. They are evidence of your capacity to feel deeply, to risk, and to endure. What would happen if, instead of hiding them, we decided to trace them in gold? What if you looked at the scar from a past hurt not with shame, but with a quiet reverence for the strength it took to heal? What if you saw your past mistakes not as permanent stains on your character, but as the golden seams that have made you wiser, more compassionate, and more interesting than the person you were before? The pressure to be perfect is a ghost. It's an illusion based on an old way of seeing the world. This old way says that value lies in being flawless, but a deeper understanding of reality shows us that value lies in the journey, in the transformation. An unbroken bowl sitting on a shelf has potential, but it has no story. It is the broken and mended bowl that holds a universe of experience within its golden lines. It is the one that has been tested by gravity and time and has found a new, more profound form of integrity. Your wholeness is not about being a perfect, unbroken sphere. It's about being a beautiful mosaic of all your pieces, the smooth ones and the jagged ones, held together by the golden light of your own awareness and acceptance. The cracks don't diminish you. They are the intricate map of your soul's journey. They are what make you, you, uniquely, irreplaceably, and breathtakingly whole. The world tries to sell you a fantasy of seamless perfection, but the truth, the real beauty, is in the authenticity of your mended self. It's in the quiet strength you find not by erasing your past, but by honoring it as the very thing that made you who you are today. The idea that you are somehow incomplete because of your history is the biggest lie we are ever told. You are not broken waiting to be fixed. You are a masterpiece in the process of being revealed, with every beautiful golden line telling the story of your strength. By the way, our shared space of light and awareness is on its way to 100,000 people. Thank you to everyone who subscribes and brings this moment closer. So, we can admire the beauty in a mended bowl, but how do we begin to see it in ourselves? It's a profound shift, because we've been trained our whole lives to see our own cracks as signs of failure, as proof of our inadequacy. Let's look at the mechanics of this, at how this transformation actually works within the architecture of your own being. Your cracks are not weaknesses, they are openings. Think about a seed again. A seed is a perfect, sealed little vessel of potential. It is complete, whole, and safe within its hard shell. But for it to fulfill its purpose and become a flower or a towering tree, it must break. Its shell has to crack open. That moment of breaking isn't a failure of the seed. It is its true beginning, its moment of activation. It is the only way for life to get in, for the roots to find the darkness of the earth, and for the shoot to find the light of the sky. A seed that stays perfectly whole, that protects its shell at all costs, fails at its one true purpose. It remains a prisoner of its own perfection, a capsule of unrealized life. And so it is with us. When we are moving through life with our shell intact, sealed off by our rigid beliefs, our ego, our carefully constructed comfort zones, we cannot truly grow. We might feel safe, but it's a stagnant safety. We are just recycling what we already know. Then something happens. Life delivers a force that we cannot withstand. A relationship ends. A dream collapses. We lose someone we love. Our shell cracks. In that moment, it feels like pure devastation. It feels like the end of everything. But from the perspective of how reality is architected for growth, it is an opening. It's a necessary breaking. Suddenly, through that new crack in your certainty, light comes pouring in. New perspectives, new questions, new humility. Pain is a powerful messenger. It arrives and forces you to pay attention in a way that constant comfort never, ever can. Your grief carves you out, creating more space inside you for empathy, for compassion, for a deeper connection to everyone else who is also carrying their own cracks. A perfectly sealed person is often unapproachable. It's when they share a vulnerability, a moment of their own brokenness, that real human connection happens. The crack is the doorway. The breaks in your life are precisely where new awareness can enter. They dismantle the old, outdated structures of your personality, the parts of you that were running on autopilot, based on old rules you inherited but never questioned. They allow something new and far more authentic to begin to grow in their place. This isn't just a nice idea, it's a fundamental pattern. The greatest canyons on our planet weren't created in a single moment of violence. They were carved slowly, persistently, by the gentle, relentless flow of a river. Your challenges are that river, carving out a depth and beauty in you that you could never have achieved by staying safe and untouched on the high, flat plateau. The resistance you felt was the very force shaping you into something magnificent. This brings us to the true nature of strength. Our world has a strange, inverted understanding of it. We are conditioned to worship the original, untested state, the brand new car, the flawless diamond, the person who has never known true hardship. We mistake innocence for strength, smoothness for integrity. But reality shows us, again and again, that the opposite is true. When a bone in your body breaks and heals, the scar tissue that forms at the fracture site can become stronger and more resilient than the original bone. When a muscle is pushed to its limit in the gym, it tears on a microscopic level. It is in the process of repairing those tiny tears that it grows back stronger and more capable than before. This is not an anomaly. This is the governing rule of all living things. What has been broken and has healed possesses a resilience that the unbroken cannot know. The person who has weathered failure and gotten back up has a type of practical wisdom that someone who has only ever succeeded can't even imagine. The person who has had their heart shattered into a million pieces and has painstakingly learned to love again, loves with a depth and courage that is born directly from that pain. Their mended heart isn't a fragile, damaged thing. It is a testament to the incredible power of life to not only repair, but to reinforce and deepen. We mistake the external facade of being put together for genuine strength. But true strength isn't about never falling or never showing a crack. It's about how you integrate the fall into the story of your rising. It is the quiet, unshakable power you find in your mended places. Those are the parts of you that have been tested by the fires of real life and have not been consumed. They are your living proof of resilience. So, the final step in this transformation is to move from hiding your story to embodying it. Think of the enormous amount of energy you have spent trying to hide the cracks, the constant vigilance, the fear of being found out, the careful management of your own narrative. It is exhausting. That is energy you could be using to create, to love, to live. The goal isn't to erase the lines of your past. The goal is to see them as the very architecture of who you are now. Imagine your life as a magnificent tapestry. It has threads of brilliant gold and silver. Your joys, successes, and moments of ecstatic love, and it has threads of dark gray and black. Your sorrows, your mistakes, your times of profound struggle and confusion. We are taught to be ashamed of the dark threads, to wish we could pull them out and pretend they were never there. But what would happen if you did? If you tugged on that thread of heartbreak or that thread of failure? The whole thing would begin to unravel in your hands. The dark threads are not mistakes in the design. They are essential. They provide the contrast that makes the golden threads shine so brightly. They give the image depth, texture, and its profound meaning. Your wholeness is not just the bright and shiny parts. It is the entire tapestry, every single thread, woven together into a unique story that could only be yours. To embody your story means you stop apologizing for your cracks. You stop seeing them as signs of damage and start seeing them, feeling them, as the golden seams of your own personal Kintsugi. They are what make you a masterpiece. Not a flawless, mass-produced object off a factory line, but a one-of-a-kind work of art, made infinitely more valuable and beautiful by its unique, undeniable history. You are not broken. You are complete, with all your beautiful, broken, and mended pieces held together in the warm light of your own acceptance. If this video changed something in you, write in the comments, "I am whole with all my parts." Write it as your promise. Nobody